Greetings all, and happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody out there. I hope you've had having a great night, and welcome back to Clear the Ice here on the Edge of Philly Sports, a Flyers postgame show with your boy Matty B back at the helm of Clear the Ice. It's been a minute since I've been doing this, since I've had opportunity to host the postgame show, and I'm glad to be back on this St. Patrick's Day Eve. And lo and behold, I guess the luck of the Irish with the Flyers tonight at home against the Buffalo Sabres. The Flyers put in an extremely productive effort in a 5-2 victory over the Sabres, thus continuously frustrating the fan base as we kind of slid back a little bit in the Connor Bednar, or slid up a little bit in the Connor Bednar sweepstakes. We were, I guess, holding service at fifth with the win tonight. Obviously, that doesn't help our cause, but it was a great game tonight. It actually was. These are the kind of games that we've been probably wanting to see more of from this team this season. And against a Buffalo Sabre team that's not, as I mentioned, I've said this before, not the cream of the crop of the NHL, but definitely a couple, maybe 3 years ahead of what the Flyers are right now. Just a really good effort. And Owen Tippett, man, Owen Tippett, almost a year to the date that we got him from the Florida Panthers in the Claude Giroux trade, with his best night as a Flyer with the hat trick tonight in the winning cause 5-2 at the center. Let's get on to the game. As I mentioned, Owen Tippett got the scoring started early for the Flyers. 15-10 of the first period, his 19th on the power play. That's right. We had a power play goal tonight. 1-0 Flyers. The assists were to Cam York and Tony DeLangelo. That would be your score heading into the second period. And then a Joel Farabee goal. Wow. They're really coming out of the woodwork tonight from Tyson Forrester, his first assist ever in his career. And Kevin Hayes, his 33rd. 2-0 Flyers. Then Owen Tippett with his 20th goal of the year. Kevin Hayes and Provorov with the assist. 3-0 Flyers. And then James, I'm still a Flyer, Van Riemsdyk with his 10th of the year. 4-0. That was your score heading into the third period. Olofsson would get the Sabres on the board early on in the third with his 25th on their power play. Then Owen Tippett with the hat trick, his 21st goal of the season, 5-1. And then Olofsson with the second goal for the Sabres at the 1959 mark. 1959 mark. That was your final 5-2. It was on the power play as well. Your 3 stars of the night. Owen Tippett, no surprise here, folks. Your first star with his hat trick. Kevin Hayes, your number 2 star with 2 assists. And Tony DeLangelo, fresh back from his suspension with the 2 assist night for the Flyers. 5-2 is your final. On the stat side of things, the Flyers were woefully outshot in this game, 38-22. They did out-hit the Sabres 27-23. They won the face-off battle by the slimmest of margins, 22-21. And on the power play, the Flyers were 1 for 1. Sabres were 2 for 4. They were a victim of 7 takeaways and 6 giveaways in the winning effort tonight. The Fly guys played it. It didn't look like the greatest of games. As I mentioned, Buffalo did take it to them a little bit. Carter Hart back in net. Carter Hart stood tall, faced 38 shots, saved 36 of those, gave up 2 goals for a 0.947 save percentage on the night. And Carter Hart gets your victory on the season stat line a little bit for the Flyers. And they are now 25-32-11 under John Tortorella. They've scored 175 goals. They've given up 229. 1,994 shots for, and 2,124 shots against on the power play. With the power play goal tonight, the Flyers have now gone 29 for 187 on the season. And there you go, 5-2 Flyers in a game that, as I mentioned, the Flyers were carrying a 4-game losing streak into this game, but found a way to win. And EOP that says just lose. It's that easy, Al. Yeah, I hear you, Al. And it's one of those interesting situations we find ourselves in these days. It's no one wants to see your team lose. No one wants to be part of that. But honestly, losing is the pathway to winning, I guess. And when you're 17 points out of the final wild card spot and you're not making the playoffs and you're not going to win a Stanley Cup, and your team has gone through so much turmoil over the last 2 seasons, you need a start point. You need a restart point. And obviously that number 1 overall draft pick would be that start point. And let's take a look at that projected number one overall draft pick, Mr. Connor Bednard, who's still doing his thing for the Regina Pats up there in the Western Hockey League of the CHL in Major Junior Hockey. Through 52 games, Connor has played this season. He's got 63 goals. That's right, folks. You heard me right. 63 goals through 52 games, 66 assists, 129 points, 58 penalty minutes, and that is all good for a gaudy plus 34 for Connor Bednard on the season. And obviously, the consensus number one overall pick heading into the summer's draft. And the Flyers were doing everything they could to improve their draft stock, upset for tonight when they go ahead and they beat the Buffalo Sabres. But give me a win any day, man. I mean, you want to see good Flyers hockey, even though it's at this part of the season. You want to see good competitive Flyers hockey, and tonight was definitely that night. So there you have 5-2 Flyers with the victory. Let's take a look now at the rest of the National Hockey League games in progress right now. Out there on the left coast in Anaheim, the Blue Jackets and Ducks are just underway. Nothing. Earlier this evening in Toronto, the Maple Leafs over the Hurricanes 3-1. Capitals also lost tonight 1-0 to the St. Louis. I'm sorry, 5-2 to the St. Louis Blues. That Maple Leaf score was 5-2 Hurricanes. So that was a light night in the National Hockey League tonight on this St. Patrick's Day night. So there you have it, folks. 5-2. Let's go back over here and let's pay some St. Patrick's Day bills. Don't forget, if you're looking to travel like the pros, guys, then look no further than Philly Sports Trips. They got what you need. The next trip coming up is that ultimate bus trip up to Yankee Stadium for April 3rd. Phillies and Yankees at the Bronx. Definitely look into that. Then you got the draft party head to the Kansas City, April 27th to the 30th. And then you got the 2-for-1 Colorado trip. You're going to support your Union and your Phillies May 13th to the 16th. And then the London and Leeds trip across the pond on May 24th to the 30th. That and much, much more over there at Philly Sports Trips. Head over there and see what else they got. And if you're looking for those hard-to-find concert, sports, and theater venue tickets, look no further than Sherry's Ticket Town, www.sherrytickets.com. Family-owned and operated since 1946. Great prices and no hidden fees. And save an additional 10% when you enter the promo code EOP10. And if you're looking to continue or to start, I guess, your St. Patrick's Day evening, look no further than Dolan's. They got a thing going on there tonight. They had Brett Porsche from 93 WMMR. He was there all afternoon. He's not there no more, but the party is still raging. Head on down to Dolan's or any other night, really, and check out everything they have to offer. Quizzo, music, and great times and memorabilia giveaways. And you never know who's going to come through the front door at Dolan's. So go ahead and check out PJ and the guys down there at Dolan's. And then if tonight doesn't go, if you're watching this and you're about to make a bad decision or you think you might make a bad decision, don't forget this guy, Dave Cherry, 610-565-0300 in Cherry injurylaw.com, workman's comp, motor vehicle accidents, personal injury, and criminal law. Tell Dave that Matty B, the Edge of Philly Sports, and Clear the Ice sent you, and he'll take great care of you. All right, folks, down and dirty, 5-2 Flyers with the win. Doesn't seem like it's an interesting, newsworthy story anymore, but we're here to the end, and we're going to be here to the end and beyond, because that's what we do here, and that's what fandom is all about. But 5-2 Flyers over the Sabres tonight. Don't forget, we got Flyers action for you coming back tomorrow night. We got the Flyers and the Hurricanes as the Flyers continue their longest homestand of the season, and then they will get set to head out in a couple weeks. Actually, not to the end of the month. They're not back on the road to the end of the month. So they're going to be at home for the rest of this month, and then head up finish up their season at the end of March into the first 10 days or so of April, as we are now 68 games through this season, and it's mercifully coming to an end. But games like tonight and performances like Owen Tippett's, it kind of gets you excited, or at least pulls you off that ledge a little bit when you look at the future of what this team could be. I don't think there's anybody that would dispute whether or not the Flyers don't have pieces, don't have a building foundation or building blocks. I think that we do have a supporting cast. The problem is we just don't have enough high-end talent. We don't have enough superstars. We don't have those guys. But guys like Owen Tippett, Morgan Frost, maybe Joel Farabee if he survives this, um, uh, Forrester, Destinoyers, guys like that are going to be, I think, foundation pieces for this team and role players. And every team needs those guys. And Owen Tippett's a 20 goal scorer, so there's something to that. And this is what you need going forward. Now it's just a matter of trying to find the superstar pieces to put in there with them to actually get this thing kicked into high gear. And those days are coming. We're going to start hearing more moves. Obviously, the Danny Briere thing, and no news with that as far as if, they're going to hire somebody new. But it is what it is. I guess that's all you can really say. But tonight was one of those looks good for the future, feel good nights if you're a Flyers fan, as all was right in the world on the St. Patrick's Day as the Flyers defeat the Buffalo Sabres 5-2, thus ending their 4-game losing streak and bringing a smile to me, even though I'm not Irish. I guess everybody's Irish this day, but it's a great way to wrap up your St. Patrick's Day, your St. Patrick's Sports Day, I guess, in the city of Philadelphia. So, folks, until we talk again. Tomorrow night, don't forget, we'll be back. It won't be me. It'll be, I believe, I think Pat will be on tomorrow night. But until we talk again here on Clear the Ice, in the immortal words of Mr. Gene Hart, good night, and guess what? Good hockey.